Okay, so my broker associate decided that he wanted some attention, right? We've been working on real estate pretty much all day. I haven't had a chance to do a great video in a while, so I figured phone call. Okay, phone call's over. Good conversation. I was talking with a sales rep, gentleman by the name of Tony Petrie. Great guy, known him for a long time. If you're looking for a D.R. Horton home, that's the guy to go to. I will swear by him. So just kind of keep that in mind. Another, let's say, consumer-inspired video. So, we went on our annual trip, went to Tennessee, went to the mountains, rented a cabin. We have been renting cabins for probably the better part of a decade here and there, a couple different states. So we have some cabin experience. And you could call this video your Airbnb VRBO success video, or how not to be successful, right? So, lots of people approach us and talk about, I want to buy something and I want to make it into a rental, or I want to make it into an Airbnb, or I want to put it on VRBO. Those are all different scenarios. Now, the Airbnb and the VRBO are a little bit similar, right? But the rental is a whole different creature. Hopefully you're putting it with a property management company, unless you're really good at taking care of things on your own and you want to do self-management. That's a whole nother video, right? This particular video, we're going to say, is how to do things the wrong way. Because if you get into that Airbnb, if you're investing, right, and you want to do that Airbnb VRBO thing, right, you want to have a product that attracts people. You want to have accurate advertising. And I get it. Everybody wants to show the mountain views. Everybody wants to show the beach. All those cool things that are going to attract people. But your advertising has to be accurate. And I'll give you an example. Our view was basically a bunch of trees. The photos that were in the advertisement were not accurate. And those of us in real estate, we understand how important it is to accurately portray things, because we can get in trouble for what's known as misrepresentation of a property, right? So, okay, we're real estate people. We rent a cabin. One of the things we look for is internet, because we never truly have days off. This location that we rented was supposed to have high-speed internet, and our download speed was a whopping 0.06. 0.06. Yeah. No. So, but it touted in the advertisement as having high-speed internet. That was high speed probably 25 years ago. Maybe longer. Right? The driveway, horrible. We have an Explorer that is capable of off-road, and we slid it down the driveway probably 4 times. Remote, no. There was a neighbor approximately 50 yards one way, 100 yards the other way. That is not remote. That's an example of poor advertising, because all you're doing as the VRBO Airbnb owner is you're setting yourself up for truly negative reviews. And all it's going to take is 2 or 3 negative reviews, and nobody's going to want to rent your property again, right? Whatever you're advertising needs to be accurate. In this particular case, the gentleman that rented the cabin, not the one that rented it to us, but the member of our party that rented the cabin, was told that the owner had not actually been to the cabin in 3 years. You can't be a property owner. You can't be someone that's invested in a property that you want to be successful and not visit the property ever. 3 years, you might as well have never been there. 3 years. How much changes in a course of a week as opposed to in the course of a month, the course of 6 months, the course of a year? If you're going to be an investor, if you're going to have properties, I don't care what you put your property in, you need to have an idea what's going on. And people are going to say, well, I'll give it to the property management company. Okay, that's cool. You can do that, right? But you need to be getting some kind of update, and you need to be putting some money into it. You can't have an asset that you don't take care of and expect it to continue to be an asset, because at some point in time, it's going to become a liability. You want to build, good example. Went to a cabin a couple years ago. We actually know the gentleman that owns it, and there was a question about firewood. We had plenty of firewood. Those of us that are from Florida get us in the 60s and we start to get cold. Yeah, especially me, right? So there's a question about firewood. A day and a half later, we had an entire truckload of firewood. We didn't even ask for it, but the owner felt like that was the right thing to do. That's how you do it. That's how you make yourself successful. We've been to cabins where as soon as we unlock the door, or shortly after unlocking the door, we get a phone call or a text message from the owner saying, hey, how is it? Is everything okay? That becomes successful. Excuse me. If you're going to have that type of property, if you're going to purchase something and you're going to try and make it work to where people want to come back, because there's always an aircraft going overhead when I make these videos. If you want to have something that people want to come back to, you need to give them a reason to come back to it. You know, it's one of those things. It's like we tell people when we talk about rentals. Not very often we get a helicopter overhead. It's when people talk about rentals and they say, well, it's just not getting rented. Okay, the next logical question, why is it not getting rented? Have you serviced the air conditioner? Is the roof in good condition? Is it dated? We just went and looked at a duplex that someone is looking at purchasing, and it doesn't look like anyone has touched the kitchen since the 1970s. Well, why is it not selling? Why is it not renting? Because it looks like nobody's touched it since the 70s. So, moral of the story, you want to have a rental, you want to have an Airbnb, you want to have a VRBO, knock yourself out, do it. I'd love to sell you something to put you in that position. But I don't want to sell you something that you're not going to take care of, that you're not going to make any money on, that you're not going to turn into something fruitful, because at the end of the day, you know what you're going to do? You're going to turn around and tell me it's my fault that I sold you a property that never made you any money. No. Look in the mirror. Because if you purchase something and it's not doing what it's supposed to do, that's your fault, right? Put the money into it. Take care of it. If you're not going to go visit, put it with truly responsible people that are accountable for what the place looks like, how it functions, people that you can communicate with. And I mean communicate with now, tomorrow, a couple days from now. Not somebody that you're going to reach out to that is going to reach back out to you a week and a half later. That's not the right person, right? If you're going to put the money out there, if you want the money to work for you, put it into something that's smart and then turn around and nurture it. Take care of it. Otherwise, what? Put that money into crypto or something where you can kind of like play with it. And if it fails, it fails. And if it doesn't, you're whatever. There's ways to make money in real estate, folks. You have to do it intelligently. On that note, I'm gone. I'm going back inside. I'm going to do some more real estate work. My broker associate decided he was going to come back and visit me. Karma, say hi. Okay. Normally he hates cameras. So fortunately we got that video of him. All right, folks, I'm out. I'm going to go back to work. And if you got any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. If you have an Airbnb or VRBO, you want to express your thoughts, I'm open. Come on. There's thousands of you doing it the right way. Feel free to comment. Tell us what you do that makes your place the right place for people to go to. I'd love to share your location and all the details about it. So come on, bring it.